Hi everyone, it's Jay. Just thought I'd create another video on my stakepool rise. What I want to say is thank you to all our delegators who have continued to support us these past few weeks, and they continue to support us, so it's much appreciated. You're not only earning yourself great return on investment, but you're also helping us help great causes across the world. So this month we're supporting the Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital charity here in the UK, London. They do great work around caring for seriously ill children, so that they can get better and live full and fulfilled lives, but also make sure that they have fun where they can and they don't forget that they are still children. So thank you for that. Now, to show you what this video is about, it's essentially the ADAPools website. Now, in the past couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of new people come into the Cardano ecosystem, and it's great. You will see what the value of this blockchain, what this ecosystem is, and I'm sure you will all benefit from that. Now, when you buy your coins essentially from an exchange, or you've exchanged another coin into Cardano, you will want to stake your coins essentially, so that you are earning passive rewards from staking, but you're also helping the Cardano blockchain in securing it and helping essentially decentralization. Now there are a lot of sources that you could use to pick a stake pool. I find that ADAPools is probably the cleanest interface in terms of, it sort of looks nice. It's very clean and has all the information that you would need to pick a stake pool. Now I'm just showing you my stake pool page, but there are obviously others, and we'll go into the summaries of those later on. Now, just on this page, there's quite a lot of information. So obviously you see the ticker rise. You got our logo there. There's also like a subcategory, or like a heading that just tells you some of the latest news and things that are going on with that particular operator. So as I said before in the introduction, we're supporting Great Ormond Street Hospital Children's Charity, so we've put that there as a February cause that we're going to support. Again, some of our social links, so we've obviously got a website, risecardano.com. we're on Twitter, come and check us out there as well. And then you've got our pool ID. So this pool ID is essentially our sort of identification on the Cardano ecosystem. So this ID means that we are Rise, and other pools who may or may not have the same ticker, they're not the same as us. This is our unique ID. So every time you see that and you want to stake with us, this is the ID that you should be looking for. And this ID, I believe, is a ADAPools unique ID, but that is a Cardano blockchain ID, I believe. So just scrolling down through the other pages, page sections, again, more information. So the ticker, website information. So saturation. So what this is essentially is we are 10% saturated. So what that means is the current saturation level of a stake pool is 64 million ADA. So that means that after, say, we get to a 64 million ADA stake, we become saturated. And what that means is that the rewards that we generate will diminish in returns. Essentially, you are better off staking with a unsaturated pool to generate the best return on investment for your stake. But currently we don't have that issue because we're at 10%. So in that case, I think if you stake with us, you'll be fine. You'll get the most optimum rewards for your ADA. Then the next bit, so the return on ADA per month. So you'll just sort of hover over that. So that's the return of ADA based on the last 30 days, and we are, obviously in the higher ends of the the stake pool. So we're currently at 5.987%, which I think is really good. And then our return on ADA for the lifetime of the sort of stake pool journey that we're going through is around 5.1%. So definitely up there with all the successful pools and all the other big operations. The next sort of two are the live stake. So this is what stake essentially is contained within the pool at a given snapshot. So this snapshot was taken a couple of days ago, and that amount of ADA will be sort of active in 2 epochs time. So this allows for fluidity in the delegation, so that people obviously delegate in and out as they choose to. This is the active stake, so this is the amount that was snapshotted 2 epochs ago, and obviously we're sort of slightly disappointed that it's gone down a bit, but that's the nature of the staking world. People can try other pools out, see what they get on their returns on investment, and that's absolutely fine, because we want to support that decentralization and that mechanism there. So that's okay in my opinion, and I'm sure we'll increase that over time. Now, just a sort of caveat on staking, we don't control these funds. We don't have access to your keys. We don't do any of that. This is just a vote essentially, that you're saying we trust Rise to mint blocks and to give us rewards and help continue the Cardano infrastructure. So that's why that's there. It's there's full control over your ADA you have. There's no locking. You can come in and out of the ecosystem as you choose. Now, just scrolling down, so the pledge, essentially this is the amount that the pool operators essentially put on the line, essentially, to just show our delegators that we're committed to running the pool, and essentially it just means that we're not going to run off anytime soon and shut everything down, causing you a loss of rewards. I mean, I know there are pools with higher pledge amounts, and that's absolutely fine, but I think what you should do when picking a stake pool is essentially go on the performance and the sort of the whole package of what that stake pool is offering. So I mean, we do we're helping various causes. We want to help a cause every month throughout this year, so that's our thing. We've also got a robust setup, a secure setup, and we're constantly monitoring the node to make sure it's perfect. And over time, we want to be able to increase the pledge amount so it's more reflective of the bigger operations. But I guess since we've started, it's been a couple of months. We just want to see where that goes, and then we can definitely schedule a pledge increase there. So the next sort of thing is the margin and the fixed cost. So what that means is if we are selected to mint blocks within the epoch, which is 5 days, 345 ADA plus 2% of the rewards that the pool earns will be taken out and sort of set aside for pool rewards, but this is before essentially you all get your reward. So that means that your rewards aren't impacted. You're not paying us to, you know, stake with us. You get your rewards. It's just that we take 2% and this fixed cost, and then after that 98% of all the rewards for the epoch go to you, the delegators. Now if I just move over onto the other side, we've got the last reward section. So this is essentially a summary of the last epoch, where we sort of gave out rewards, and you know, this just says that the pool is minting, which means that you know, that sort of check mark is sort of a vote of confidence that that pool has, you know, got their sort of act together. They know what they're doing, and it's minting blocks for the Cardano blockchain. The estimated blocks, so that's essentially based on the delegation amount, and essentially changes over time. So you know, according to ADAPools, we are estimated 6.9 blocks, and currently in the epic we've not minted a block yet, and we are going to mint blocks this epoch. So just a sort of behind the scenes, I guess, of pool operators, essentially, we are able to see which blocks or how many blocks, you know, our stake pool is able to mint in that epoch. So this epoch we are estimated 2 blocks. Now that might seem like a low amount, but the previous 2-3 epochs we've been very successful, and I think the Cardano protocol averages out over time. So what that means is some epochs we might get more blocks. You know, there have been epochs where we've done 5, 6, 7 blocks. Some epochs we only make 1 block or 2 blocks, but the point is, for you delegators, that will average out. So you know, you will still get your 5 to 6% annual returns. It's just the way the protocol works to keep it fair for the other operators, and obviously, you know, the promotion of decentralization. The lifetime blocks. So you know, since we've been started, or since we've started, I should say, we've minted 37 blocks, which is, you know, a great number, considering just probably over a month ago we were at 10 blocks. So you know, from my perspective, it's, you know, it's been going well. Lifetime look is 97%. So what that means is that's the calculation based on the ADAPools estimated blocks and actual blocks, and you know, we've, in some cases we've gone over that estimated block, in some cases we've not, so that will average out over time. That's the date we registered, so you know, been a couple of months. That's the amount of delegators we've got. Pool owner, again, that's 1. And we've got, I think this is a new feature, pledge leverage. I need to read up on what that means. Then all our, obviously, links to the social media. So we've got our YouTube channel, we've got a Telegram group, and we've got a Twitter page as well. I'm pretty active on there, or try to be. So just scrolling down slightly, so some pool operators can choose to have a sort of an extra page, but essentially you get these 6 as defaults. You know, I just decided to create a sort of a landing page which gives some more information about our mission and what we're trying to do. You know, part of the sort of Mission Driven Pools Alliance, and you know, we're trying to support the world through collective of initiatives, through our pool rewards, and you know, the various sort of technological milestones that are coming down the pipeline. this is just a summary of some of the causes that we're supporting. So in January, we supported the Mona Foundation, which focuses on universal education, gender equality and community building. We donated over $100 there. Our donation details are present on our website, so just another sort of element here is that we want to be open and honest with our delegators, because we want to be able to prove that we're doing what we claim to be doing. So in this case, on our website there's our contribution section which gives you the receipt and the transaction ID of that donation, so that can be checked by anybody. Now you will notice that this was done in Bitcoin, but we are working behind the scenes so that we can try and work with these cause foundations and providers so that eventually ADA can be accepted. So it's a coming feature. Hopefully in the next few months, working in collaboration with the Mission Driven Pools Alliance, we will try and do that. We've also got a blog on our various causes, so this just adds a bit more context as to why we chose this charity and some of the work that they do, and eventually an update of what we donated. So that's that. And then this month, as I mentioned, we're supporting the Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital charity. We've got a blog there highlighting why we picked that and what our donations going to do. We are working in collaboration with Work for Good. So here in the UK, some charities like to partner with this organisation so that essentially small businesses can contribute to charities through that mechanism. So that's that. So if I just go on the performance page, so this is, this can be sort of confusing to delegators, I guess, at the start, because it's not often easy to understand. I mean, this sort of says, so we started it off in probably Epoch 210. There were no delegators for quite a while, actually. I think we could have done better promotion there. We could have done more to sort of help that, but then we started ramping that up in sort of late last year, and we've grown since. So our delegators numbers have gone up, they continue to go up. Our pool size is increasing as well, so right from where we were up to 2 million staked, to 8.5 million staked, to now sort of back down to 6.4 million. The block production's also been increasing, so as you can see here, we sort of started out with one block, then we wouldn't get a block, then we got another block, so this may be a couple of epochs, so we'd get a block one epoch, no blocks the next epoch, and maybe two blocks the next one, then no blocks, then so that sort of zigzag pattern. And then I think once we got more sort of stability on the delegation, we were able to mint more blocks as the sort of epochs went. So that's really good. And the return on ADA has also been reflective of that. So obviously we had a big spike here where we minted 3 blocks, and at the time there was only 4 delegators, so, and we were able to have a pretty high return on ADA for that period, and then they sort of even out. So this is just a time frame period of our performance. Then if I go into the blocks tab. So this just tells you, which blocks essentially the pool has produced. So in the last epoch, we produced 3 blocks. You can see the times here and which slot, etc. And this is the transaction hash. So this means that the transaction, consisted of these sub-transactions, sort of transferring, around $45,000 of value in that transaction, and we were the slot leader. So in that sense, we were elected to create a block, and it's now been confirmed by the blockchain 8,333 times. So yeah, so that's definitely on the chain. It's definitely valid. So that's just that. Some of those blocks there. The rewards tab. So this is essentially per epoch what what sort of blocks we've produced, the stake amount, the delegators, and the rewards. And I guess what you guys would be interested in is the delegator reward. So just in the last 247th epoch, we distributed around 4,300 ADA in rewards, and that was split amongst 10 delegators of varying stake sizes, with a return on ADA around 4%. So that just tracks it over time. But like I said earlier, this will average out to about 5 to 6%. Delegators. This just is a list of the people that have delegated to our stake pool. Again, we are very grateful. Any new people coming into the ecosystem, and especially to Rise, thank you for trusting us. Stick with us, and you'll be glad that you did with us. So no, thank you for that. The next tab, the About page. This is just tells you just some technical information about where our relays are, and some of the information around that, and the pool owner sort of addresses, etc. And this is just more, this sort of tab, the share and promote tab, is more of a stake pool admin thing. So it allows me to go in and get free promotion essentially through ADAPools, and I can embed these sort of widgets onto the website. So that's that. It's just a quick summary of the Rise page on ADAPools. Now just to sort of summarize that there are quite a lot of pools obviously in the Cardano ecosystem. Some of them doing really well. So if I just scroll down here and search for Rise, as you can see, we're present there. And our detailed stats are also present there. We've gone down quite a bit, because a couple of days ago we were at the 200 sort of number mark, but that's okay. I'm not fazed by it. It's just we'll get there eventually. And then also we are part of the Mission Driven Pools Alliance. So as I mentioned before, a collective trying to help various causes across the world through our pool rewards, and we're also present there in that space. So thank you. I know it's been a long video. I just thought I'd go over the ADAPools page and to get people to get people to understand what the ADAPools interface is like, and how do you essentially differentiate between the various sort of indicators and information, so that you can choose a pool that's correct and go from there. And hopefully you'll stake with Rise. You'll help us continue our support for the Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital charity this month, and not only that, but you will also gain excellent rewards through our consistent block production and our experience. So thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to me. Hopefully I'll speak to you guys very soon. Thank you.